Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I want to introduce myself and my team. My name is Muhammad Arif Ashraf bin Khamis, number metric 1213496.
My name is Afiqah Zukrina binti Muhammad Asnan, metric number 1212533.
My name is Nur Fatimah Azhara binti Zaini, number metric 1212543.
I am Ummi Umairah binti Adnan, number metric 1213490.
My name is Izzah Mawadah binti Yusof, metric number 1213492.
My name is Nur Irfan binti Andri Azwa, my metric number 1213493.
My name is Muhammad Atif bin Abdul Hamid, number metric 1213495.
Journalist Miki Misrati who investigate the use of child labour and trafficking children in chocolate production. Misrati asked a vendor where their chocolate comes from. They sell chocolate from Ivory Coast, Africa. Then they flew to Mali, Africa, where many of the trafficking children are from. The trafficking involves a lot of people. Traffickers take them to the border by bus and then they use motorcycle taxi to bring the children across the border. Then they are left with a third trafficker who sell the children to farmer. In 2001, the Chocolate Manufacturer Association formed an action plan entitled the Hurricane Angel Protocol, an agreement that was signed by the major chocolate companies aimed at ending child trafficking and slave labour in the cocoa industry. Through conversation with the children formerly enslaved on cocoa plantation, Mr. Asti revealed that while some are outright kidnapped, many child workers usually aged 10 to 14 years old go with traffickers to the Ivory Coast. They trade working long days with a dangerous tolls and no compensation, far from their families and surrounded by others who beat them if they work too slowly or want to be fly. The documentary was shown to the International Labour Organization in Switzerland, a UN agency working to stop child labour in the industry. Nestle and other companies disliked an invitation to watch the film and to answer the question. In response, Ms. Rati set up a larger screen next to Nestle headquarters in Switzerland, forced employees to catch a glimpse of child labour in the cocoa industry. Everyone know about a chocolate. A chocolate is made from the cocoa bean. The cocoa tree is full of ripened cocoa pods. A cocoa comes from Africa, Ivory Coast. But many people don't know about history behind a chocolate industry. The dark side of chocolate is investigate the use of the child labour and trafficking children happen in cocoa plantation. They outright kidnap a children. Many child workers, usually around age 12 to 14 years old, go with traffickers to the Ivory Coast, believing of the paying jobs and hopefully opportunities. But when they realize they've been lied to, it's too late. They're trapped working long days with a dangerous tools and no compensation.
There is 3 issues in this documentary. First, child labour. Second, trafficking children. Third, corporate social responsibility major companies. Defining issues. UNICEF said that child victims of trafficking are recruited, transported, transferred, harbored, or received for the purpose of exploitation. While ILO said that child trafficking is about taking children out of their protected environment and preying on their vulnerability for the purpose of exploitation. According to ILO, child labour is often defined as work that deprives children on their childhood potential and dignity and that is harmful to physical and mental development. According to UNIDO, corporate social responsibility can be defined as a management concept whereby companies integrate social and environment concerns in their business operation and interaction with their stakeholders.
Next, I'm going to present about the issue. There are 3 issues. The first one is innovative employee. Innovative employee means the employee who managed to come up with the new idea for the new thing. In the documentary, the journalist managed to come up with the idea to show to the Nestle and the other company who bought cocoa beans the secret video that he managed to record it, and the purpose itself to show the situation in the plantation. The second one is strength in current practices, which is the tools and the way they use happen in the whole cocoa process. In the documentary, they rarely use machine to settle down the cocoa bean. They usually use 1,000 of workers doing the job. The first step of it will be they pluck the cocoa bean and then dry in the sun. Later they wash and pack nicely before sell it to the national exporter. The cocoa land has been bought by the chocolate factory. The last one is nature of employment. Nature of employment as a boss, they have to take a good care of the employee. However, in the documentary, they never paid the owner of cocoa plantation never paid the children who do the job. The children sometimes try to run, but the owner managed to chase them back, and if they refuse to work, they will be beaten by the owner.
In this video, have chapter 1 is leading edge management. Google's rules have top 10 behaviors of managers. Number 1, be a good coach. Number 2, empower your team and don't micromanage. Number 3, create an inclusive team environment showing concern for success and well-being. Number 4, be productive and result-oriented. Number 5, be a good communicator and listen to your team. Number 6, support career development and discuss performance. Number 7, have a clear vision and strategy for the team. Number 8, have key technical skills so you can help devise the team. Number 9, collaborate across Google. And lastly, be a strong decision maker.
Chapter 2, the evolution of management thinking. The point that was related with the video is humanistic perspective or early advocate. This is because it explains understand human behavior, needs and attitude in the workplace. Moreover, it explains contrast to scientific management importance of people rather than engineering technique. Other than that, from the view of Mary Parker Follett and Chester Bernard, firstly is empowerment. Empowerment is facilitating instead of controlling employee. Secondly, informal organization, which means clique, informal network and social grouping. Lastly is acceptance theory of authority, which means people can choose to follow management order. Chapter 3, the environment and corporate culture. The point that was related with the video is task environment because it explains customer. Customer is people and organization in the same environment that acquire goods or service from the organization. Other than that, it explains competitors. Competitor is organization in the same industry or type of business that provide goods or service to the same set of customer. Moreover, it explains supplier. Supplier is people and organization that provide the raw material that the organization use to produce its output, such as supply chain, which means network of multiple business and individuals that are connected through the flow of product or service. Lastly, is explained labor market. Labor market is people in the environment who can be hired to work for the organization.
Lesson from the documentary. First, be a good coach. The manager of employer should display honesty and integrity in carrying out duty as a boss. However, this documentary shows that Chief Department of Labour in Ivory Coast lied about child labour issues going on in the cocoa plantation at that time. They tried to hide the issues by saying never seen a child in a cocoa plantation in a while and never heard of child trafficking. Second, treat the employee nicely. As a leader or boss, we must take good care of employees' welfare. Unfortunately, in the video, the owner of the cocoa plantation in Ivory Coast never take care of his employee. Plus, they employ underage children and treat them as a servant in the workplace, which is an inhuman behavior, especially for a leader. And the last lesson is obey the law. A good manager must follow the company's SOP, standard operating procedure, in hiring all the employees. We should abide by the laws in force, especially relating to employment and labor laws, such as minor or children prohibited from working.
For the conclusions, among of the evidence in this world have their good and the dark side for each thing. The dark side of chocolate frame documentary produced by Danish journalist Mickey Strategy were exposed widespread to tell the world about the many child labor and trafficking children issues at cocoa plantations in Africa that are kept secret with a policy for a long time. It is a sad situation that they have been through at their aged children, and they also form the poor family. This also shows that the company have against a law industry about the human resources by kidnapping the child and forced to be workers in the company. This also shows that this company had a weak human resources management system in an industry by neglecting the right and the welfare of their employees. Not other than that, the company manager also have been neglected the right way of work, how to treat their employees that have stayed at principle of the management in human resources. So, with this documentary, the purpose is to prevent and make the public aware of the child trafficking that happens outside without us being aware of it. So, the authorities must take an action of these issues immediately, and also that if they haven't any taken about this, it also will be a large issues and will risk about their life of the children.
So, that's all from us. Thank you.